Hey, motherfuckers. No, let's do this again. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hope for Everything podcast. I am Eric Grisanti. This is Jessica P. This is Jake P. I don't know what that symbol was, but I guess he's going surfing at some point. We have the return of the mannequin. She's not going anywhere, no matter what Jessica says.
Don't put it on me.
Oh. Well, if it disappears, it's Jessica's fault.
Stop the work and fucking hold for everything.
Grandma's still not alive.
She didn't come back.
No, she didn't come back.
Interesting. I was entirely expecting a revival.
Damn, that'd be a lot better than the revival that Zack Snyder's trying to do with that movie.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, let's not get started on it. We're not doing Zack Snyder this episode because we went on for fucking 30 minutes last episode about him. I hate him so much. Anybody do anything interesting this weekend before we jump into it? Because this is going to be a film podcast today. Did you get fully vaccinated?
No, I'm half vaxxed.
All right. Well, whatever.
Close. If we're filming on time, the 5th episode. This is the 3rd episode, technically 4th episode, so 5th, technically 6th episode.
So many numbers thrown at people.
Well, by one of those numbers, I'll be fully vaccinated. But that also means that I think I'm getting my shit done on the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
So we're absolutely probably not gonna be able to film on the 27th because apparently the second shot hits you like a fucking truck.
I don't care. That's not how we run things here. You do it's ride or die. Just push a button over there. That's all I need you to do.
That's literally not what I do at all. But
God damn it!
But it's fine.
It just seems so simple.
We can reduce my role as producer down to I push a button sometimes. Let's do it. Jess,
you got anything interesting before we get jumping?
Nothing of interest this weekend.
Amazing.
Editing, that's it.
Should I talk about Martin Scorsese or not? Should I wait that out
until that's your interesting thing this weekend, isn't it?
So Martin Scorsese called, not himself, but apparently they're filming a movie in Oklahoma, and they want me to work it. I think, but the pay is absolutely terrible, and I don't know if I would want to do it because it's all the way in Oklahoma, but they are providing lodging, food. And I was thinking
lodging, food.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no third.
They're not paying for you to get there. Travel.
Well,
transportation.
Per diem.
I don't know. The conversation that I had with the woman yesterday, she asked me if I had a car, and that made me worried because
they might be paying you for the car.
Yeah.
Like how we got paid for our cars.
Right, but
for on listen.
Yeah, but how am I going to get my car to Oklahoma?
Drive it.
Bro, how many? It's like 800 miles to fucking Oklahoma.
Bro, we had a conversation where you were willing to drive someone else's car from California.
No, that was different. I have a lease, and I only have 36,000 miles that I can use on this car, and I'm at like 22. I mean, I guess it's doable, but
yeah, it's not. You're not going to go 12,000 miles driving from here to Oklahoma and back.
Right. Well, right, but I'm there for 6 months.
Yeah,
April till September. I don't know who films a movie for 6 months, but
Martin Scorsese,
but he also pays shit.
Apparently, well, he's probably paying how I see all the fucking time with shit jobs is we're paying based on the minimum wage of the state we're in.
Did you see this post already?
No, but I see posts like this all the fucking time.
It was
it's fine because we're paying what the statement is but you're trying to get people from New York to work your fucking job.
That's what I'm saying. I'm assuming they're not asking Cali people. I guess New York is just closer.
I don't think that's true. I think
maybe they're asking both. And it's just
but either one is way more expensive than Oklahoma.
She was asking what my experience was, and she was asking about my rate and all this other stuff, and I was like, I don't know, 200 to 300, but I'm aware of what you guys are offering.
I can help you out on your decision off the podcast. I know some insider information
about that'll
kind of make or break if you want to take it or not.
Oh,
I just don't want to say it.
I feel like that would be so interesting for the podcast.
It really would, but I would be outing somebody that told me stuff I'm not supposed to know.
I mean, you don't have to out that person. You could.
Yeah, but I see it. And once this podcast is paying for all of our shit, we can toy around with insider information.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to get canceled by
Now
Martin
they know
Scorsese
that we
before.
have the insider information.
We need to fucking still work because we don't make any fucking money off this.
Yo, Martin Scorsese claims our fucking YouTube account.
Could you imagine?
Kind of sick.
Oh my God,
only
that'd
3
be
episodes
amazing.
in. 4. Whatever. Go fuck yourselves. Anyway, the pay is shit. They know it's shit, but it's a Scorsese film, and I'm just trying to debate on if it would, like, if they do offer it to me, if it would be worth. Because originally I was thinking, okay, I can get somebody to take my room, so that's almost $1,000 that'd be saving, and then the car, which I'm basically paying rent for that. So let's say $1,500 I'd be saving per month. But then she asked about the car, and then if I'm not getting paid a regular rate, then it's like, does this even make any sense? Why am I going to fucking Oklahoma for some bullshit? And everyone's like, oh, you could do for the credit. I'm like, dude, like, credit doesn't, at this point, like, where we are now, credit is not a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
nobody's going to be
like,
hyped
literally,
to work with me because I worked with
no
Scorsese.
one's ever given a shit about the other jobs I've done, minus the fact that I've done other jobs. Like,
half of them I don't even remember. Yeah.
Like, no one cares that, like, I worked on Evil. Like, no one gives a shit.
The most you get is like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, carry on.
I'm like, I was in a room with Ryan Reynolds for 2 hours. He was literally right in front of me, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
I accidentally prevented Asif Manvi from getting to set one time. It's great. No one cares. Like, he didn't even care. I was holding an elevator because someone else was trying to come into it. I didn't see that he also had already gotten on the elevator, and then once everyone was in it, I turned around and I'm just like staring at Asif Manvi, and I'm like, you probably need to get somewhere, didn't you?
I was thrust into an elevator with Kid Cudi. Had no idea he was there. They're
Really?
like, oh yeah, just take the elevator that way. I look next to me, he's just standing right next to me.
I just discovered Kid Cudi and like started to get. I know it's like I'm listening to songs. I know. No, I mean I knew he was, but I'm sorry.
I was going to say he's been around for like 20 years.
All right, not a music podcast.
Yeah, this specific instance took place like a solid like 3 years ago.
All right. So, yeah, to wrap up, Martin Scorsese, to be continued. But I guess question for you.
To wrap up, to be continued.
No, to be continued, meaning we don't know the final answer because I haven't been offered it yet. But I guess question to you guys would be, if I do go to Oklahoma.
We're not coming with you.
No. Yeah. We're taking this whole fucking thing, and I got you guys all in my fucking hotel room.
We're all sharing one bed.
I'm sure the hotels are nice. Anyway, in Oklahoma.
Where
Are
in
they?
Oklahoma,
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't know.
Are you in like OKC?
I don't know. You could look up the name of the movie and probably find all the information.
I'm not gonna do that,
That's
buddy.
okay. It's not. We'll do it next time. Anyway,
Okay.
but Leo's on it. That's cool. I could say that I
Leo's
work
in a lot of Scorsese.
That I work
Yeah.
with Leo and Scorsese. That would be the only thing. It would be like me to be able to say I did it.
They're
But
paying you so much. I mean, they're paying him so much that they can't pay you. New York, great.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I'm assuming they're going to Oklahoma because of the rate is so. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
I bet that's on site. It's probably got something to do with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Or
over
like
there.
something that looks similar to Oklahoma.
But I was also interested because the girl who called me, she's like, I guess she's like the coordinator or whatever. She's like, I'm an Oklahoma local. I'm like, what film person is just chilling in Oklahoma? What the fuck are you doing there?
Working specifically a couple states over on Breaking Bad a couple years ago.
Right.
Didn't they film in Arizona?
They did. No, but Albuquerque, I feel like, yeah, but that's like near right? That's near Cali.
Well, was it
It's
Arizona or Albuquerque?
Like, yeah, it was in Albuquerque.
Oh, it was in New Mexico?
Some of it. Or it was maybe it was supposed to be there, but I don't know. Anyway, long story short.
I don't know anything.
But if we do that, we got to figure out a way to keep the podcast going. If I do
said
go.
doo-doo.
Did I say doo-doo?
Yeah, if you do that.
Doo-doo. If we do that. Now I said it 3 times. If we do that, we have to figure out a way to like make it into a Zoom. All right, whatever. We're done. I'm done.
Oh, Zoom podcasts are easy.
Yeah.
You just can't use these microphones.
I know.
Like, you have to buy a USB.
I hate the idea of a Zoom podcast. If there's maybe a way that we could, I don't fucking know.
Fly to Oklahoma?
No, I don't know. We just have to make it somewhat interesting.
My brother lives in Dallas. I can visit him and do the podcast 1 week.
just 1 week. We have a special episode with Jake once a month.
Yeah.
Not even, just once out of the 6 months.
And it's really early on, too. It's the second episode of your Oklahoma stay.
All right, so while we're done with Martin, I'm done with him. So while we were cleaning out my grandmother's house, we ran into some Dr. Seuss books.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And this
Dangerous media, buddy.
The Dr. Seuss part, not film related, but it got me thinking about like the whole situation with Space Jam 2 and Lola and
Pepe Le Pew.
Right. And I was having a whole argument.
Wait, I didn't see Pepe Le Pew's issue. I saw
Yeah,
Lola, but I didn't see...
Pepe's done.
Yeah, Pepe's out of the movie.
He perpetuates rape culture. Okay, Jess? Yeah.
This isn't new. Dave Chappelle had a bit about this like 2 decades ago.
Did he?
Before, like, maybe it was the stand-up special he did after season 1 of Chappelle's show. Like, this Dave Chappelle thought Pepe Le Pew was problematic.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
and that's saying something.
But that's like it was on. I think it was on Killing Him Softly. I think it was on that one of his earlier ones. It's Skinny Chappelle.
He does a whole bit about.
It's a whole thing about how he's like, watching cartoons with his like that he used to watch as a kid with his nephew. And he's just like, oh yeah, like he recognizes stuff. He's like, oh yeah, this is Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew. You got to watch this thing. You got to do this, and then this kid makes some jokes like, sometimes you just gotta take the pussy, huh? Like, but it's like it is.
I don't even remember Pepe Le Pew and like.
Well, that's it. People also act like he's fucking iconic.
I don't
It's
see.
like he's
I
not
remember
one.
him.
I remember him. I know who he is, but he's definitely not like Bugs or
No, he's
Elmer
not.
or even the Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah.
Was he in? He was in the first Space Jam, I guess.
Was he? I don't even remember if he
Wait.
was.
Well, yeah,
He
because
w-
he's being canceled for a reason.
No. I don't think he was in the... He might have been. I
think
really
that wasn't
enjoyed...
the-
I
he
really
wasn't
liked
just
him.
randomly be
He's
like,
not
hey,
like a
he's
memorable...
He wasn't the main player.
No.
Like Tweety Bird had a bigger role than he did.
Yeah, Tweety, Taz... They didn't take Lola out, though. I know they were saying
Lola's
that.
still in. Lola no longer has like
A body.
tits and,
Yeah, she's not a
like,
sexy bunny. That I saw.
And wearing a crop top in a basketball. Like,
Yeah.
basically, they're like, we're going to put Lola in a basketball uniform. And people are like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
I need that fucking sexy rabbit
That
in
I
my
saw,
life.
yeah.
I mean,
It's like, are you serious? It's like- in my children's cartoon, the rabbit needs tits.
right.
It's like what everyone's upset about.
If that's the case, then Bugs Bunny needs his penis to be out.
Yeah, that's also there's the insane implication that Lola wearing clothes all the time and Bugs Bunny never wearing clothes is that one of them is absolutely wrong about the scenario. That have to be. One of them is absolutely insanely just like exhibitionist, kind of like perverted, or one of them's just like, I'm wearing clothes because I guess humans are watching this and they gave me tits for some reason. Rabbits don't even have like breasts like that.
But also, like, everyone's pissed that everyone thinks like there was a fucking petition to take Lola out of this movie as this sexy bunny, but it was just the director who just didn't want her to look like that.
Yeah, that's what I saw. And then you guys were talking about Pepe Le Pew, and I was like, they better not have taken her out of the movie.
There was just mad shit. The whole everything, the Mr. Potato Head, everything. Like we kind
I know.
of missed all that shit.
All of it's stupid because Mr.
Yeah.
Potato Head still exists.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, they didn't take away his gender. They just said Potato Head, and then
But there's a Mrs. Potato Head.
That's the thing. All they've done is they were like, we have a Mr. Potato Head, we have a Mrs. Potato Head, we have children Potato Heads. What if we call the whole line Potato
Head, just to make
And
it easier
people
for
are like,
everyone.
No, that potato, it needs to be defined by the male in the family. This is Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. This isn't.
But they apparently they took it back. Now they're still calling it Mr. Potato Head now. The company took it back.
Weird. I don't know. That's
But the
strange
same thing
because
with
it does just make sense. It's like we have multiple potato heads.
Yeah, I mean,
let's just call them potato heads.
Yeah.
Like
maybe they shouldn't have like announced it. It should just
Yeah,
been,
they should have just did it.
They should just did
Nobody
it.
would have noticed.
Nobody would have noticed the difference. Now it's like a big deal. The same thing with the Dr. Seuss. Like I like scolded my mom yesterday. I felt because
Weirdly enough,
because I made a joke.
Also, yesterday I got into an argument on Facebook with my old substitute English teacher
about Dr. Seuss.
About Dr. Seuss, and I was like, "It's a publisher." Like he was going off. It was like the fucking Seuss estate made this decision. Like,
that's exactly what I mean. I didn't get too deep into it because I was like, we're still cleaning up my grandmother's house. We're not going to argue about this right now. But like, the first joke I made was because they were just throwing everything out. Like we weren't going through anything. It was kind of annoying me, but obviously, I mean, what the fuck else we're gonna do? I couldn't keep everything, so we were throwing the Dr. Seuss books.
This episode is sponsored by You Store It. You can keep everything.
They were throwing Dr. Seuss books in the garbage, and I just made the joke. I was like, "Yo, Danielle, keep the racist ones. We could probably sell them for a lot of money." And then my mom was like, "They're all racist." And then I scolded her, and I felt bad because you can't see my expression behind the mask, and it kind of like I had my finger up like this, but I mean I was just fucking around. But I don't know. I think it's just taken too seriously. It's the publisher, the family is the one who was like, "Yo, these 4 books are trash." It was like made during the war, so they were like racist against Japanese people or some shit like that.
Or against like it's like depictions and literal words like. Things that we would readily acknowledge as slurs that I'm not going to say.
No, same right now.
No,
same right now.
But
I dare you.
I'm not doing this shit.
I'll give you $5. I'll pay you.
I'll give you $5 is where that started before you refracted. We're like, pay. So meaning you were like, 5 is maybe a little bit too steep.
I'll pay you. That's it.
He's bringing out the big bucks.
We'll have the Patreon when we set it up. It'll be to watch you say
say all the racist things that were mentioned in the Dr. Seuss book. $5 a month on Hold for Everything Patreon to get. What did we say from last week?
I don't know.
We had something set up for our Patreon last week. Oh, the first episode. The first episode that we never released is on our Patreon.
So you get the first episode.
And also me saying everything that was racist in the Dr. Seuss books.
Like what?
Gotta pay for that content, baby.
Damn. All right. We're just jumping around because
we're talking about books and shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a film podcast. Michael B. Jordan is directing the Creed 3 movie. I know nobody gives a shit about Creed except for me. We don't have to clip this. We can just talk about this for half a second. I don't like it because Creed 2 wasn't that great. And
he didn't direct it.
I know he didn't. I'm aware. But
Eric.
Get with it. You're just offending me today.
Yo, speaking of my grandmother, she hated Michael B. Jordan. She calls me on the phone. She goes, Michael B. Jordan. She goes, he used to be on Days of Our Lives or one of those fucking shows.
Was he?
Yeah, he was like a little kid. She goes,
as a child, she hated this child. Is that what we're about? Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, my grandmother. She fucking
Rest
hated.
In peace.
She hated Michael B. Jordan. She calls me. She goes, when he was on One Life to Live or whatever show. She goes, he was one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my entire life.
As a child.
Now he's in every movie and every show on TV. Which honestly is a good point. He's a terrible actor. I agree.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Buddy.
Have you seen Fruitvale Station?
Okay, he was good in that, but then he wasn't that great in the Creed movies. I guess
you're not supposed to be great.
I know. That's why it was good casting. It's like, all right, you don't have to be. You can just be like, this is an attractive dude. I didn't think he was a good actor in Black Panther either.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I thought he was great.
He
in
was
Black
the best
Panther.
character, but I don't think. I just I don't know. I think his looks and
he was on All My Children.
There you go. All My Children.
For 59 episodes.
There you go. So fuck you. He was on there a lot. He aged. Well, no, that's only a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say soaps are like
a year and a month.
Constant.
Yeah, 2 months. Still, he was trapped. Oh, was he in?
He was on the Boondocks.
Was he in The Wire?
Yes, he was Wallace.
Awful, terrible. I'm with her.
He was also a child at that point.
Well, Michael B. Jordan at a young age, you fucking suck.
Was it? Wait. No, I'm not going to say it.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Say some racist shit right now. Yep.
Nope.
This is the racist podcast. That's what we're going to title this one.
I hope not.
Yo, honestly, I think that would get a lot of views if we just title it the racist episode and then none of us said anything racist.
Yeah. In fact, there's a whole segment where I'm actually refusing to do so.
Michael B. Jordan. What are we looking for? I mean,
I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking at all the fucking awards he has.
but how did he win these awards?
He
What-
was in
acting,
Hardball. Okay.
motherfucker.
I was going to say,
Why?
wasn't he in Hardball, but I didn't want to say it, and then he wasn't. But he was. He was good in that movie as a kid.
in Hardball?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
I sob.
It's got,
That is-
it's got
that is a
41%
sad
on Rotten
movie.
Tomatoes. I don't trust you.
Eric, what is this heel turn that you're doing? Because last week we were all like Michael B. Jordan as
podcast.
as Black Superman. Dope.
What's up? No, I said no. I don't know if I said him as.
We literally.
No. I'm aware.
Yeah.
I think Black Superman would be cool. I don't think I got into me not wanting him.
I don't know if I can do this podcast anymore. Who else do you want?
Dude, you can pick.
You know what?
any-
There's two people that I'll accept only
Idris
because
Elba.
they're so radically different. Not Idris. I would accept Michael B. Jordan, and for some reason in my head I'm thinking Lakeith Stanfield might just fucking kill that shit. I want this chilled out, non-traditional Superman.
I was gonna say, yo, Lakeith, fucking. Do you have Clubhouse? Anybody? Clubhouse?
I do, but I haven't used it. I downloaded it.
Bro,
I haven't gone on yet.
I get notifications about this fucking guy every 35 seconds. He's just on it nonstop.
Fucking love him. Have you seen Sorry to Bother You?
I hated that movie.
What?
Yeah,
I love that movie.
It was just the first hour was good, and then like it just fucking
That's what I loved
aliens or
about-
whatever the fuck just came out. Like
aliens?
whatever.
No.
Dude. He takes drugs, and then I don't know. I don't remember the movie at this point because I just blocked it out of my head.
Apparently you didn't watch the movie.
Dude, what are they? Cockroaches or some shit? No, somebody. Yeah,
Fucking horses.
horses.
They're like centaurs.
Whatever.
It's a very incredible critique of capitalism. You're like, what are they, fucking cockroaches? Like,
I just wasn't a fan. I don't. What was this about? Michael B. Jordan directing Creed?
Yeah.
he was also Justice Young in NBA 2K17.
Oh, he was?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where he should have stayed.
Fuck you.
That's how you know I haven't played
Because of voice.
2K17 in a long time.
Well, why would you? It's 2K21 is out.
Why would you play a game that came out 5 years ago?
It's like if it's a one and done thing, it's like, oh yeah, I get it. If you're like, oh, I want to play The Last of Us again. But if you're like, you know what I miss? 2K17.
2K17, all the 2Ks are such a long game, though. Like, unless you simulate the games.
I guess,
it's
yeah,
so
if you simulate
long.
the seasons. I normally just listen to podcasts while I play 2K.
Really?
I do too. I swear.
I would need like the sound effects of the game.
Of it going swoosh.
All right. Next.
No, their sound
I
effects
guess
are
the sound
ridiculous.
effects for Eric would just be rattling off the rim because he's trash at video games. But
All right. This is a film podcast. What's next? Jake, the producer Jake. What's next on this long ass list? I can't even read it right now. I'm sweating trying to figure out what's next on this list.
let's talk about Amber Heard.
Did she really get fired? I heard it was just a rumor.
No, she got fired. All right. So Amber Heard. What?
Fired
lost
from
all momentum.
Aquaman 2.
I was in. I was ready.
But I heard her team put out a statement. See?
Amber Heard. Okay.
Yeah, I heard her team put out a statement saying Warner Brothers said she was fired so that she would, like, quit. Like, they leaked rumors that she was fired so that she would quit. Like, word got out.
Click Snopes. Was Amber Heard fired from Aquaman 2?
Where's
Top.
Snopes?
Middle.
Top middle.
Oh, gotcha.
Nope.
That's Snopes.
That works. You're right. Several story. All right. Let's go. Scroll down. And then claim unproven.
Unproven. I told you.
She's out. She's out.
I can't.
She's done.
I just, like, I don't like her. I really don't like her.
But
I used to, but
I feel like there's not enough. I mean, there is evidence, right?
there's a
evidence.
lot of evidence, and I listened to
There
the
also
whole.
like court testimony.
Yeah, I
didn't they
listened-
already have their whole cases?
They
and, like,
leaked phone calls, and I listened to phone calls.
Does she have no evidence against him though? Like, there's no marks or
No,
bruises.
there's
on
her marks were like proven fake. Some they
she faked?
From my understanding is that like everything that initially was claimed that Johnny Depp did actually was like done to Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like that's
Oh, she
and
was saying that he did stuff, but it was actually
Yeah.
it was like the inversion. Like
There's
she
no-
was the
yeah.
more manipulative, abusive person.
yeah. There's no doubt it was a toxic relationship, like on both ends. Like he would go out and he would do drugs and all that kind of stuff. But like she literally chopped his finger off. Like she chopped the tip of his finger off.
Did
I've
he
done
take
that
the,
in a wood shop. Not on purpose.
Fun.
No, I had to go to a hospital.
Shit. Me too. Can you see this? Anyway. Was he the one taking the pictures, or?
Oh, I don't know that.
I don't know that
people
either.
just like paparazzi?
He was recording the phone calls.
I've seen like paparazzi photos where people are like, yo, look, his fucking eye was like black and blue. It must have been her. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe he got drunk at a bar and like fell or some shit. Like,
There's definitely pictures from the hospital that I saw.
yeah, I've seen close up that look like
His
he took
hand.
them.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Damn.
But
Should she be canceled? Are we done with her?
yeah,
Bitch.
yeah. You
Can I
can't
say
like
that?
I mean,
my
if we're
thing.
not gonna, if our whole thing is we're not leaving room for abusers in positions of prominence, then it's got to be across all bounds.
And
Right,
that-
but
my
why would
thing-
he
go.
have to back out of the Harry Potter movie?
Because J.K. Rowling is a fucking piece of
Oh,
shit.
that's why he backed out?
Well, no, he did. I think they removed him.
Yeah.
Because just in case.
No, because everybody believed her at first. Like they just believed
Well,
Amber Heard.
No, but he just left that movie recently.
Yeah,
After
he's
everyone
not going to
knew
be in
that-
it. But I don't think did he leave it. I was my
No.
understanding that he was fired.
Yeah, he's still like people are still having a problem hiring John because he lost his suit
Well, he's gonna
against
be in
the
movie.
Sun.
Well, I put something on the list here. We don't have to talk about it, but he's in a movie coming up, so
Yeah.
I don't think he's canceled.
No, he's been in shit. It's just
It's just certain things or he's
Yeah.
having trouble with. But I just don't like
City
the
of
whole
Lies.
like false claim of abuse thing is so problematic and like for actual victims that she just bothers me because of that.
But also, why would she do that? Like knowing
Because he's got money.
that. Yeah, but she's also in Aquaman.
some people are just shitty people.
All right. To wrap,
New topic.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
To wrap
she's-
up
giving us
Amber
bad
Heard.
juju.
She's fucking us up. I don't know what's going on. Amber Heard. What were we talking about right before? What were you saying before?
I was just saying that it's like it. No, we were talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Like, what's her incentive? And it's clearly his money. And you're like, no, she's got her own money.
Well, I mean, I guess, but she's like going to be in this big. She's in Aquaman, which is a huge movie. Like, she's probably going to be in that series for years to come, or she would assume. So why would she? I
I don't
understand.
know. They replaced Maggie Gyllenhaal, or was Maggie Gyllenhaal the replacement in the Nolan Batman?
Dude, do you think she fucking cries that night because of that? They didn't replace her. She left.
Oh, I don't know. She left
She's-
a fucking prominent role in one of the biggest movies that.
Dude, that's gotta.
You want to hear a funny story?
You gotta be kicking yourself after that. Go ahead.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, she used to like me and her used to go to the same gas station when we lived in California, and we just always
She gets gas.
no, she would always like buy things in the gas station, and she was always there from like 12 to 12:30
Around
for
here?
some odd reason.
She said California.
Oh, I thought you were saying Maggie Gyllenhaal lives on Rockaway Beach.
No.
No.
It was in Venice Beach, actually.
Oh, well,
She did
if you guys are wondering where
the gas station on
Gyllenhaal lives,
the gas station on
Venice
Washington.
Beach. She lives.
Beach.
Maggie Gyllenhaal lives in the gas station.
This is sponsored. Maggie Gyllenhaal's actually our guest next week,
Tune in.
and we're going to talk about how she feels about
And Rockwell too. Funny enough.
Sam.
No, the guy who sings "Somebody Feels Like."
Oh, his
It
name
always
is-
feels like somebody's watching me.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Quote sings like he just talks the entire song, and then Michael Jackson comes in and
Yeah.
sings.
Yeah, exactly.
So fuck Amber Heard.
Fuck Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Pee Wee Herman.
Oh God, I wasn't even really prepared for that. I just threw it on the list, but we could talk about
You
it.
threw it on the list, buddy.
Pee Wee
I didn't.
Herman.
I didn't even know this was happening. I'm
All right,
excited
so
to hear
we're all
these
finding out right
details.
now. Type in Pee Wee Herman documentary. I don't really know. So it's like the man behind Pee Wee Herman. So I guess it's about
Sherman Hemsley.
yeah.
No, that's not his name. That's not his name.
I'm not sure.
All
it-
Paul
Rubens.
Yeah, it's by the it's by the Safdie, same people who made Adam Sandler movie, recent
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, which one
Fucking
great,
hated that
one great. We don't have to talk about Uncut Gems, but one good. Anyway, so Safdie brothers, they're doing a documentary about Pee Wee Herman. I don't know why anybody wants to know what Pee Wee Herman's life is like, but maybe
Because
it's
honestly, that sounds like it'd be fascinating. This is like an adult that at one point, just because he didn't get on SNL, I think, was like, fuck it, I'm going to make the most ridiculous children's show that ever existed and then go masturbate in a theater.
right. So what I'm thinking is this a hit piece or is this
Oh, I don't think so.
the
I
man
think
behind the
He
legend
wouldn't have
kind of
signed
thing.
on to it if it
Well,
was.
no, I don't know. Is he signed on though? That's the thing.
I don't think there's a Paul Rubens hit piece out there. I think that whole indecent exposure thing is the worst thing that's ever happened to him or that he's ever done.
I think they mention it. Probably in the beginning.
If it's about him, they mention it. But if it's about like the character Pee Wee Herman, the development of it, Pee Wee's Playhouse, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, then
Or
they
is
don't
it
have
like-
to. Like
Is
it
it
depends
his
on if it's
comeback after he jerked off at a theater.
when he was in like fucking Dunstan Checks In. Like, is that before or after?
Click one of the top ones just so
But
we can see.
wait, the main question is, do they mention his Cheech and Chong cameo?
He had a Cheech and Chong cameo?
Oh, hell yeah.
I did not know this.
Hell yeah, you did. Like,
Okay.
that was awesome. That was a great cameo in that movie, too. It came out of nowhere.
How long was he in the movie?
Oh, pretty long. They like went to his house and partied.
Oh, was he like smoking a blunt? In
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Is that allowed?
Huh?
Like, because wasn't Pee Wee a children's?
Here, look.
Well, he was
And
a
Cheech and
comedian
Chong.
way before he was Pee Wee Herman.
Oh shit! Well, we can't watch it, but
We'll watch it later and then we'll talk about it next episode.
sure. People are really gonna want to know about.
They need to know our
Our
opinions.
response.
This first headline is like, please, Hollywood, make Paul Rubens' dark Pee Wee Herman a thing. Because he was crazy in Cheech and Chong.
Oh, people want like a version of that in a movie.
Yeah.
I don't.
That was from last year, too. Wow.
I don't know if I ever watched Pee Wee Herman like that.
You didn't even see it. It was funny. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'd watch it.
Let's do it.
I don't know if I'd like it, but I would check
We'll
it
do
out.
a live review of that movie.
Yeah, well, that'll be when we get 50 subscribers on YouTube, we'll
There
do
you
a
go.
live
If we
review.
get 50 subscribers.
Oh, that's actually fun. I would do
Just
that.
taking this way too seriously. I really don't want to do that.
Yes,
at
we're
all.
gonna do that.
Eric, you've signed
That would
on
be
already.
fun.
We're doing it.
There's no part of me that wants to watch that.
Guys, give us 50 subs, so Eric has to do it.
Yeah, we're
against
going
his
to make
will.
him do this shit.
Anyway, all right. Are we?
It's really hard to keep on these.
They're probably gonna cover it because it's about the life of Paul Rubens.
Yeah, you can't just
Nice.
avoid talking about it. Maybe they'll do like a little 2-second thing, and it'll be like, he could be like, oh, I made a few mistakes.
Or maybe
in my
this
life.
is like the Pee Wee Herman version of this is the Paul Rubens version of The Last Dance, where it's like we all know that Michael Jordan is kind of an asshole, but the whole Last Dance thing, everything that technically he was a dick about is now thrown on his teammates, and he was like, yeah, they were doing coke and they were gambling, and the pizza boy gave me food poisoning, and it's like.
on purpose.
Yeah,
by the way.
on purpose. This young pizza boy gave me food poisoning on purpose.
I wanted them to
fuck
explore
up.
that a little more, but they just
they
didn't.
really just they're like, I'm gonna take Michael's word at this. He was
They could have interviewed. They didn't go to interview the delivery guy.
I will
anything.
gladly make a true crime doc on the guy who poisoned Michael Jordan.
who tried to give Michael Jordan food poisoning,
Like,
so that Michael Jordan might lose. I think an inconsequential Game 5.
Was it a game 5?
I don't know. It was. I don't think it closed the series by any means. I can't remember. I don't know the
love
flu
that.
game.
That
That shit
was a
happened when I was 2.
That was honestly a great documentary, though. That was a great
Oh, it was
docuseries.
great, but it was. I mean, it was well filmed, but it was clearly Michael Jordan signed off on this for 2 reasons: because LeBron James beat a 73-9 team in the finals, and then also because he got permission to just be like, "I'm telling the story." Michael
think-
Jordan's I'm the one who narrates my history. This isn't a biography. This is an autobiography.
That's why I liked
You're
it.
getting my goddamn story the way I perceive it. But then they would go to his teammates and they'd be like, it's kind of mean that Michael said that about me.
yeah. Well, it was just a weird during the documentary they'd be like, well, this guy said this about you, and then Michael would just respond like, what?
I liked
Fuck
it,
you
though.
mean? I'm fucking
And they would
great.
just and then they would do it back to
Go
the other
Horace
guy.
Grant. And he'd be like, I don't know why Mike doesn't like.
But you would think it's implied that it's an unreliable narrator, which is what's cool though. Is it's Michael Jordan telling the story, and his teammates telling the story about what was going on. So
Yeah.
it's biased when you go into it.
I think us as filmmakers, knowing what a framing device is, understand that. But after they did that shit, people on ESPN surveys were just like, not only is like it obviously it's fine to be like Michael's the greatest player of all time. That's like a highly debated thing, but that's also a very valid option. Yeah. Like, and no one's gonna be like, "Fuck you, dude. You're absolutely wrong." Well, like they were like talking
Michael Jordan that he's wrong.
They were talking mad shit. They were just like, between Michael and LeBron, who's a better passer? And like Michael Jordan is a terrible passer.
Yeah.
Like at best, he averaged like 4 assists a game. Yeah. Like, and they were like, it's Michael. Michael's a better passer. Michael's a better teammate, even though all of his teammates think he hates him.
Yeah,
it was like
I was just watching something. I mean, I don't really watch sports, but he was kind of explaining it to me, and not to me, but I was just
he was explaining it
to Eric specifically.
He came to my house.
Eric did his own sit down interview with Michael Jordan,
on my bed,
unpublished. It's also going to be on our Patreon. You want to see Eric's interview with Michael Jordan?
$5. That's it.
$5 a month.
A month? How long is it's a 6-part interview?
Yeah, you got to keep paying. We're releasing it in installments.
Anyway, he was just saying like LeBron is just a way better player overall because they were talking about like all the years that Michael's team didn't win shit. Even when he was there, and they did the same when he wasn't there. When he went to go play baseball,
yeah, they won like
equally.
They won
successful.
like 56 games or something like that. Like the year he was gone.
So just as an overall player, like he wasn't. Not that he wasn't needed, but he wasn't.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think, and the comparison is really true between Michael and Kobe, in that like I think they impacted their teams almost the same way. They're dominant scorers. They make shots that are really difficult, look smooth, and very. They look natural in any scoring situation, and they're pretty good defenders. Michael's a better defender than Kobe, but like I'm on Team LeBron specifically because LeBron does every facet of the game.
See, I'm on Team Jordan because my only reason is that he changed the way basketball is played, similar to Stephen Curry. LeBron never changed the culture of basketball. Jordan did.
Jordan didn't really change the culture of basketball as much as he was just in it when it became popular. Like he does.
No, there was nobody like
Dr.
Jordan.
J did all the moves that Jordan did. It's just he did it in the ABA.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, but
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was literally they made rules against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
But Michael Jordan too, same thing.
They didn't make rules against Michael. They just were like, NBA, don't wear those
but
shoes.
Other teams, like nobody had like a specific defense.
Like literally, the NCAA basketball made rules to make it harder for Lou Alcindor to be good. Like that is, like he's the third, and no one mentions like that. Kareem is also should be in that conversation. He's won just as many championships.
Oh, great.
He's the leading scorer of all time in the NBA. And literally, like, they change rules in the game.
But that's not the culture. That's what I'm talking about. The culture of the game. Like, nobody's going around in the park doing a sky hook and wearing goggles.
Because they can't.
But they're not trying.
They can't. They can't do the Michael thing. But here's the thing. What we're saying now is that because Michael Jordan was the big athlete when we were children, he's better than LeBron. Like, I was in high school and college when LeBron ascended, and so therefore he's not as good as Michael because Michael was the top player when I was 6.
I think I'm not saying skill wise. I'm saying the greatest basketball player of all time.
But that involves. I think you got to measure skill on that.
I think it involves skill, but it also involves the impact that you have on the game.
I think LeBron's had a gigantic impact on the game.
Yeah, for sure, but he didn't change the way the game was played. That was Stephen Curry.
But he's changed the way the game is played in the idea of free agency, like people moving around, players creating their own teams.
I'm laughing because this is no longer a film podcast.
This is a debate between.
This is a debate about MJ versus LBJ.
I'm making an executive decision and ending this conversation.
I can't. I'm from Northeast Ohio.
Just say
baby.
who you like and say who you like.
Okay, that explains it.
It doesn't explain it. I just can't give up on this argument. Like,
all right, so fuck Pee Wee Herman. Fuck him. Pee Wee Herman.
I won't disagree
Pee
with
Wee
you
Herman
there.
jerked
All
off
around,
in front of a
100%.
theater full of kids. Pee Wee Herman's jerking off in front of kids.
No, that's not what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Be on the lookout for the documentary.
It's like I got to end this talk
That's
about
come out
basketball
on
by
HBO.
making sure that everyone listens to Pee Wee
We're
Herman.
here to cancel Pee Wee Herman because he jerks off in front of children.
Didn't do
Speaking of jerking off in front of children, there's a documentary on HBO. And
this is terrible.
what's the name of this? What's his name? Woody Allen. not Martin Scorsese. Woody Allen is a fucking weirdo. I didn't want to talk about this until the.
So we're slandering Pee Wee Herman, and we're really leveling the playing field for Woody Allen.
I didn't want to
Pee
talk
Wee Herman
about,
jerks off in front of kids. Woody Allen's a bit of a weirdo. Like,
I didn't want to talk about Woody Allen until the finale, but it's the only way I could stop this conversation from happening.
Can we label this podcast?
you can also just edit out the whole conversation.
No, we're here.
Can
we're going to clip that whole thing. It's
can we
be
label this
dance.
podcast LeBron versus Jordan?
So Woody Allen is a fucking weirdo. Did you guys know that he was touching one of the other kids and not just his current wife, Soon Yi? Do you know anything about this documentary? Me and Jake talked about it in the car because I didn't think we would talk about it right now, but we're here.
I don't, but
Okay, so basically
I know
what
he's
happens...
a creep.
He's a creep because he married
Yeah, I know that.
into a family full of children that are adopted by Mia Farrow, and then eventually got divorced with Mia Farrow and got married to one of his stepdaughters, or probably not in his mind, it wasn't one of his stepdaughters because he did everything in his power. I watched the documentary, so I'm just letting you know. And he basically did everything in his power to avoid being with children. Like
super fucking difficult, man.
What do you mean avoid? Did
okay,
everything in his power?
What do you
the
mean?
hell is that? That's like, did you see Papa John say that he
went spent through 20 months to try not say the N-word?
Yeah.
Not even to try to remove it from his vocabulary.
It's the same thing.
So I got to avoid children.
No, that's basically... So Mia Farrow's like, he was just not with the shits as far as like being with Mike. Like, he didn't want to hang out with me and my kids. He didn't want any part of their lives. He didn't want anything like that. The only time he wanted to be a part of their lives was when
you wanted to marry them.
Well,
right, that's what I was thinking.
so she had all these adopted kids, and then when him and Mia Farrow got married, the two of them adopted a child of their own to join the fucking group of kids that she already had. And the kid that they adopted was Dylan. And apparently before he got married to one of Mia's kids, he was touching on Dylan.
Yeah, I think...
Which I wasn't aware about, but apparently everybody was.
Well, yeah, fucking... The one that's a journalist. I forgot his name, and I said it in the car.
Rowan.
Yeah, he talks about that.
Yeah.
Like, he corroborates the story, basically.
Because I think me not knowing that is not crazy. I feel like a lot of people only know about the Soon Yi part.
Well, that's because that's very public.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
They're publicly married to each other,
Right.
and it's also very... There's adoption papers for it.
I didn't know about the fact that he was basically touching one of the other kids.
Yeah, he's a fucking creep.
I didn't know it was that bad. I was always like, I thought it was like some like weird circumstance, and he was kind of getting away with the fact that he married his. I thought there was like some technical way of people justifying him marrying his stepdaughter.
Well, I mean, truthfully, it makes sense. It's just in the same way that everyone fucking misunderstands the book Lolita, they're misunderstanding the idea of like Woody Allen not being a terrible fucking person. Because Lolita is just about literally in that book, Humbert is the fucking guy's name. Uh-huh. Marries this girl, who is Lolita's mom, fucking murders her. And then, like, takes Lolita on a fucking road trip and violates her across the entire United States. And everyone's like, what a fucking love story.
Yeah, they
like,
romanticize it a lot.
It's a terrible book written by a guy who, in the beginning, they're like, this is a guy who's been to psychiatric wards, who's now in jail. He's your narrator. And people are like, great American love story. Like,
yeah,
it's like it's a 12-year-old.
Right.
Like, and then it's like, oh, Woody Allen, he's fucking marrying his fucking child. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, it's the same fucking thing, but he directed Manhattan.
But like I was saying in
fucking
the car,
auteur, man, you gotta give them real runway.
Like I was saying in the car though, with you though, obviously she's not just as much to blame, but don't you think she's a little wrong as far like it was?
Mia Farrow.
as far as what I told you, like
I just want to make sure we're clarifying. We're talking about Mia Farrow.
No.
And not
Dylan's wrong. Okay, she shouldn't have fucking been walking around with no shirt on, because then that maybe wouldn't have happened. All right.
Yeah, but we're talking about Mia Farrow.
Clip that. Put it on Instagram.
And then we're going to call this the Woody podcast, and that's going to be our clip.
It says here he was friends with Epstein, so that
Of
explains
course
a
he
lot.
was.
Damn.
I'm gonna get more info on that.
Oh
But,
my God, this is a Phil Man conspiracy podcast where we sometimes debate athletics.
I was just gonna say that we sometimes talk about basketball.
But anyway, so what I think she's in the wrong, because there's one of the episodes.
Oh yeah, Mia Farrow is not blameless.
One of the episodes, she's talking about how they were filming Manhattan or one of these movies, and she comes home and she finds naked pictures of one of her daughters in Woody's office, and then proceeds to go back to filming with him as the director. And she's like, "Oh, it was so tough for me to handle for the rest of the film." I'm like, "Really? You were struggling?"
Yeah, but people don't stop working with him. Selena Gomez and Timothy Chalamet just worked with him.
But
that's the issue.
What I'm
like,
saying, Jessica.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. I'm adding to the issue. Yeah,
Well, no, but
it's her kids. I get it, but like, nobody cares.
she came home to see naked photos of her own daughter in this man's office.
Yeah, and me or you would freak out. She
Went back to work.
Yeah.
well, I guess
That's
what
insane.
Eric is saying is that she's not blameless in this situation. That's the whole setup. Not that like
I don't think he's wrong. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying. Like, yeah, I get it. I know. Totally get it.
That shit blew my mind. I was like, how is this documentary all about Mia Farrow, and how is this not a hit piece on her as well? I mean, I get it. I understand, but also I don't.
she ended up marrying one of her fucking sons. So
That would have been a plot twist. At the very end, I'm waiting for one of the kids to be like, yeah, she tried to touch me too. Like, she looks a little nutty as well. But
I mean, you're definitely right. It's off that she didn't do anything. But I just don't
episode
find that
just kept
shocking
going.
anymore, because people still work with him to this day. And it's like, why?
yeah, a lot of very famous people signed like a petition to like allow Roman Polanski to come back.
Yeah,
into the
that's
fucking
exactly
country.
who I was thinking about.
And it's like,
why is he not allowed in the country?
because he
What?
raped a child.
Yeah.
Oh, Roman.
He, like,
I'm sorry.
fled
I'm sorry.
the
I'm sorry.
fucking
No,
country.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Rowan.
Oh no,
Oh.
Roman Polanski.
My bad. My bad.
Another director who also still, when he makes films abroad, still gets nominated for awards and
Roman?
shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he still makes films. He's living kind of, I don't know which country
Yeah,
he's
but when
living
was the
in.
last time he was nominated?
Like
Somewhere in Europe.
2012 or something. Like not long ago.
I mean, I think we're over it though. Like, he's not gonna.
No, the petition was circulating recently. Like, I
Yeah.
saw it trending on Twitter.
To bring him
People
back?
Yeah.
Well, what's the argument?
If
Fucking
he comes
auteur,
back
man, you gotta
here-
give him runway.
If he comes back here, he's going to get arrested. Well, I don't know now. Statute of limitations. I don't know if
but
that's
I'm
even a
he
thing.
admitted to a crime. Statute of limitations, I think, is you have to be able to prove some shit. But like,
I don't know.
you can't be
old
like
is the-
definitely guilty of a thing and then be like, but I've been gone for 2 decades. Like,
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so he was guilty before he fled.
Yeah,
he
like
fled back to where he's from.
he admitted to. He basically,
Yeah.
it's not even like contestable. He admitted to it. and-
Admitted,
Oh yeah,
like-
100%.
Like,
Because
hey,
he
I'm
never-
sorry that I did this.
No,
or-
because he never thought he'd see consequence.
Yeah.
Like he basically was just like, I don't give a fuck. And then turns out it's like, oh, I should have given a fuck if I wanted a career in America.
what movies has he done that I would know of?
Fuck.
Hold on.
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
That's like the big one. There's also a slim chance
But
that
he was also
lost his
married
mind
to,
to Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
I thought Rosemary's Baby was. Wasn't Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby?
Was she?
Well, then she's linked to a lot of creepy people.
Yo,
Is that two
Mia
pedos?
Farrow flew to London in 2005 to defend Go back.
To defend director, I saw that.
Go back.
I saw that. I clicked after.
To defend convicted of sex with 13-year-old. This lady's fucking nuts.
Oh.
She's nuts. 2005, Mia left her assortment of children. LOL.
Yeah, can somebody do a hit
Got
piece
on a plane
her?
and flew to London. The reason? To appear in open court and defend Roman Polanski, by then notoriously the accused rapist in 1977 of a 13-year-old girl. This was, mind you, 13 years after she accused Woody Allen of attacking her daughter, Dylan. None of this included, yeah, of course it's not included. I mean, obviously they want to get the story, so they're not going to shit on her, because then she's obviously not going to give as much information.
And
But
you're
still,
not obligated to tell every story at every moment.
I wonder if they fuck her over in the last episode, because we're recording this the day of this the day of the finale. I wonder if you can get to the discussing part. Give me 2 seconds.
Did you read it?
No. Oh. I wonder.
But you said ew pretty audibly, so
the dinner at Elaine's. Go ahead.
Get into it, Jess.
Sorry. I thought. Did you finish?
I was gonna just say. I wonder if at the end of the finale for this, they do like a little thing where it's
they just show this headline we're looking at right now.
Basically, like they mention, hey, Mio is fucking
defending Roman.
Yeah.
Sorry, that it was a genuine, uncontrollable reaction from reading the sentence.
What happened?
She says she feels there's a big distinction for men between relationships and having sex. So she doesn't see him having sex with a 13-year-old as a disrespect to Sharon. She swears that on a stack of Bibles.
What's Sharon? The wife?
Sharon Stone, famous actress.
She was killed by Manson.
Yeah, that was his wife.
Well, she was pregnant. She was killed by Manson.
Oh, damn.
You gotta listen to...
I know. I gotta pay attention more.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
she's disgusting. That's gross.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's funny. So she was in Rosemary's Baby. That was her big thing.
Was she? Did we confirm that, or did we just?
Well, no.
Oh, it does say that right there.
Yeah. But it says that. Well, it just says he directed it.
I was gonna say that's his the biggest film I think he's done.
That's gonna be the headline of this clip. Mia Farrow is just as bad as, and even if it's not true.
Just a paragraph long episode title. Mia Farrow is just as bad as Woody Allen. If it's not quite as true, we still stand by the statement. That's episode 3.
I gotta say that she 100% has skeletons in her closet. She is tied to way too many weirdos.
Yeah. Or to play devil's advocate, maybe she
isn't it? Yeah.
Maybe she was one of the
She's
people.
Rosemary.
But maybe I'm playing the other side. Maybe she was. Like, I don't know when she was in the game. When did she jump into acting? Maybe she was one of the
around the time of Rosemary's Baby,
1968. So.
No, I'm sorry. I meant her age. Like when that started.
She's Rosemary, who's a mother, so she had to be an adult for this film at minimum.
Well, I was just thinking maybe she.
When was she born?
Abused herself. Not that gives her an excuse. I'm just saying,
She was born in 1945.
So she was 23?
Oh, so,
23 by Rosemary's Baby.
That's fucking... All right.
I think we're getting close to the...
Yeah, how are we on time?
We're at 22.
Yep.
And we only had...
I think we should probably...
Just wrap.
Start wrapping up,
Just for the sake of it. Just because we don't know.
You got anything dumb to talk about?
Do I have anything dumb to talk about?
Besides this whole fucking podcast?
Yeah, I'm sorry for this. We're all...
This episode sucks.
This one, a lot went wrong. And
depending on the editor, you may not even be able to tell, which is great.
Oh, Eric.
No. You being serious? I'm out?
No, I'm playing.
I hate everybody that works on this fucking...
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to re-record this entire episode. And we're going to put the real third episode. Third? Fourth? Where are we?
All right, so
we're going to put the real third episode on Patreon.
Oh,
and then you're going to get the re-record, the reenactment, the dramatic reenactment of this podcast for YouTube viewers.
The plan for this episode was that if nothing went wrong, we would have a guest next week. But because this was such a disaster.
A lot went wrong.
Not really, though.
We're gonna have
fixable things.
Everything that's gone wrong for this podcast has been fixable things.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've had shit go wrong a lot in the middle of the podcast.
That's true.
Just imagine this is what we were dealing with the first episode. Sorry. How are we on time? All right. Maybe this is just a super short episode. It'll be like a 50-minute episode.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I'll make a 12-minute outro song.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on Jake's outro song, and we'll get back to you. Maybe he might have to change it. I have a huge pimple on my face. It keeps drying up. I'm going to pick it on camera.
Oh, gross.
You're welcome.
Buddy.
What, you saw it happen?
Don't do it.
I saw it in real time from here, and your whole face just like...
You're going to be bleeding.
Mr. Stretch.
I didn't pop it. It was just... Oh, fuck you guys. All right, thanks for coming. We're sorry again. We keep having to apologize. Am I still on camera?
Yes, you are. I was just
Okay.
kidding. I was just playing
I hate
around.
everybody here.
Just a prank, bro.
Just a prank, just a prank, just a prank. As I'm being fucking shot. This episode is brought to you by. Do we
have any sponsors this week?
Oh, this episode is brought to you by BTL.
Below the line.
Below the line. Apparently, Jessica knows Bobby, so I don't know if is she gonna send him this this video and let him know that he's paying for this episode, or I'm not really sure how this is gonna work. Thank you for coming. Anybody else got anything to say before I say goodbye? Other than they don't ever want to do this again. Okay, I'm gonna go cry, and good night.
What's up, bitch?